Happy Christmas Eve, everyone. I'm Jen Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canmore, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to Thankfully Thinking of You Thursday, where we're going to be celebrating people in our lives whose name starts with a Q, maybe a few out there, and R, the letters. So be thinking, who do you know in your life whose name starts with a Q and R? And think about, let's send a little happy mail out to them to make them smile. Oh, there's a person whose name starts with R, Roz. Hello, hello. Great to see you, Roz. There's an idea for a card. If you need to send one to somebody, you don't have a person in your life whose name starts with R, contact Roz, and I'm sure she would give you her address and you can send her some happy mail. You can flood her with happy mail. All right, so just like everybody else is doing, good morning, everybody. They are popping on, they're chit-chatting. Feel free to ask questions, feel free to chat amongst yourself, feel free to tell me what you like, what you're like. Are you crazy? But I'm gonna say I am a little crazy today because we're gonna get a little bit messy. Lots of fun. So I've been playing here this morning, trying different things, see which works best, which I like the best. But we are featuring this embossing folder, the Evergreen Forest 3D embossing folder all week, because I want to show you how versatile and how much fun it can be to play around with. You don't just have to run it through on plain old cardstock and be done. There's lots of different ideas that you can do to make the most of this embossing folder. And so if you purchase this with me this week, I'm going to send you out some of that beautiful linen thread. So as a little thank you. Oh my goodness. Jill, you are awesome. I don't know if you noticed, but good old Jill, she shared this video. You know, it might be a fun idea to share it with people whose names start with Q and R, and see if they pop on here. And yes, lovely, lovely. So I know I have to make quite a few little cards for people in my life whose name starts with R, especially. All right, so here we go. Let me get my screen set up. There we go. I think we're ready. Is that blinding for you? We'll go with it. I tried to put my camera a little bit higher up today because we're going to be using the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, of course, to run this folder through. Queen. Queen, whoever, right? Everyone could get a card. All right, so today, okay, let's talk about what we've done so far. We've run it through on different kinds of paper. So cardstock, designer series paper, the foil, the vellum. Run it through on fun things. We tried out a cool template on Tuesday. Wednesday, yesterday, we actually rubbed on some color, different colors with our daubers. Today, we're inking up the folder. We're actually putting ink on the embossing folder. And so I've learned a few things with this specific embossing folder that I didn't have issues with, I suppose, on other embossing folders. So normally I end up putting ink on the side that has the little Stampin' Up! Logo, but I'll show you the difference. Okay, so I inked up. This was the look that came from inking up the back of the Stampin' Up! Logo, okay? This was the look that came from the other side of the embossing folder, which I think stands out a lot more. I guess this is a little bit more of a subtle look. I do videos for my team on Tuesday. But I show you the cards. I send out a template idea and then show you cards using that template with the feature of the week. So there, head back in the Facebook group there, and you can maybe see, check, I think I just put a link to my blog. It's theartsyfartsgallery.com, and you should see there the cards that were made. Okay, so this one. Now, one of the things that I'm finding was that, now did I keep it? So this was my first one I did ever with crumb cake. And I'm kind of like, okay. I don't know if I love that effect. So on these ones, I actually, before I ran it through the embossing machine, I wiped away with baby wipes, kind of what the sky part that I didn't want. To each their own, right? Okay, so then I'm like, you know what? Let's just work with it. Let's just ink up the whole thing and make that sky the ink color. So there's the different looks. Stampin' Up, the back of the Stampin' Up logo side, the other side, and the other side with the inked up sky. So there you go. There's my official research. So go with it. Choose what you like. Choose what, you know, kind of works with you. Okay. So my first card, I did quite a few samples. So we'll do 2 cards, and then I'll show you kind of different ideas that you can play around with. All right. So here I've got Sahara Sand, and I'm planning to use Sahara Sand ink. Okay, so we're going to do the color on color. Oh no, freezing. Okay, let me try something here. We'll hope that this helps. Hopefully. Okay. So here is my non-Stampin' Up logo side. And I'm just going to go on here, and first off, I was just tapping. So just kind of tap over top of those trees. Don't push hard because you don't want it in the backgrounds. You just want it on those trees that are kind of in the foreground, if you will. Now see how it's getting up along the top there? So like I said, I just went with it. Okay, so just fill that in. Try to get out the lines if you can. If you can't, not that big of a deal. All right, so now I'm going to lay my piece of cardstock over top. Kind of where I would like it. You're gonna need baby wipes for this event, I tell you. That even. Okay, let's close this folder. Now, if you don't have the specialty plate, you're gonna want to get that for these 3D embossing folders. So basically you use the big base, no plates on it other than your 3D folder plus this specialty plate, and that's it. That's your sandwich. So we're roaming this through here. Ink on our folder. Did it fix itself? Hopefully. Okay, are you ready? Isn't that cool? Isn't that neat? Oh, I love it. I love it. So this is where your baby wipes, you need lots. You need to wipe in between your colors or your cards. Make sure you get it on the other side as well, because of course whatever was kind of hanging off, we'll need a little wipe too. So that's tone on tone. So that's Sahara Sand on Sahara Sand. I think it's kind of cool. So what my plans were was to put Sahara Sand, put a little white mat behind it, and put it onto Sahara Sand, a card base. And then, you know, I'll doodad something, I don't know, put a little ribbon and a little saying, and I think that's good. Like, what a fun technique, right? And I just love how when you ink these things up, all the little, oh, we got sunshine happening here today. All the little details pop out, which is kind of fun. So there we go. There's that example. Color, same color on same color. All right, so now what if we want to, we're going to use white. And let's change up the color. Oh, I still see I have some color in here, so I'm going to give this another wipe. I could make an interesting effect. Different colors. You could, yeah, you could probably make some kind of a rainbow look. But like I said, normally when I do this technique, I'm always putting it onto the back of the Stampin' Up! Side. So I was quite interested, or I was quite kind of baffled that, oh, didn't come out as intense or as strong as I thought it would. So, okay, Whisper White, I had thoughts, let's go in with, ooh, I was going to think of Coastal Cabana, but what about Pacific Point? I'm not going to be on tomorrow, no. Amy, no. I'm going to take tomorrow off. Okay, you help me out. Would you like Coastal Cabana or Pacific Point? Coastal or Pacific? What would be your preference to see? Yeah, Delphine, that you know, it's kind of neat that you can just use tone on tone and it gives it, you can still see it. It's the same kind of, you know, look, but it's just makes it a little bit darker and brighter. Pacific, Coastal, Pacific. Should we try a mixture? Oh, you guys are killing me. I've got a few Pacifics. Okay. It just, I totally had in my mind I was going to do Coastal Cabana, and I looked over and I thought, oh, Pacific Point. It'll look like that, oh, what's that called? You know, that, the dishes. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So I'm not inking up over here because no point in wasting your ink because your paper's not over there. Okay, and then I'm going with the sky here. Just go with it. Ink it up. And kind of the different, you know, like sometimes it leaves little lines and leaves a little whoosh. Well, that's kind of real life, right? Sky is kind of, okay, I'm going to mix up, I'm going to do another one and we'll mix up the colors. We'll mix it up. All right, so I'm laying this down, my Whisper White. I suppose I could be using my Take Your Pick tool to do this so I don't get my nails, not that they're anything special. Okay, so once again, you need your platform, you need your embossing folder, and you need that specialty plate over top. Otherwise your normal plate's just, it's going to roll through and it's not going to even press a pattern on your paper. So, oh, I'm excited about this one. Now I did try, I will tell you this, I did try using the daubers to actually just put ink onto the embossing folder, but it was too light and it just didn't. Oh, wow. Sorry. When you have those moments in your life that just take your breath away. Anyways, it just didn't have enough color to make an impact, so I didn't bother. I didn't bother trying that again. Try and use up some of these other baby wipes. My garbage is full of baby wipes. So make sure you go to Costco, get that, the, you know, ginormous case. Okay, I think I need another one. Yeah, I'm gonna look like a Smurf. Wow, that's neat. Good call, everyone. And once I'm all done here, I'm going to end up just washing this with soap and water, just to make sure everything is off of it so it doesn't totally stain it. Okay. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Love it. So anyways, I was going to put a little mat of white, but I may put a mat of a different color. You know, like a flirty or a calypso behind. Just a wee little mat of it would look really pretty, I think. Just really make it pop. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. Where was I putting these? So I will finish that and show you what I come up with later on today. Okay, so we want to try this mix-up business. Let's do it. Any two colors in particular? We don't have to do the coastal and Pacific. We can do mint and seaside. We haven't. I should use just jade. I haven't used it a lot. Let's do just jade and I don't know. A little bowl of water would be handy for cleaning. Yes, absolutely. But you know what would happen with a little bowl of water near my table? Trust me, I've spilt a few cups of water before. So now if I have water near my desk, it has to be in a self-contained container. Oh, okay, just jade. What other color would be fun with it? A balmy? Pretty peacock? Rococo and purple. Olive and shaded spruce. Oh, neat ideas. Is this driving you nuts? You can turn that off. There we go. That's probably nicer. Okay, let's see. Olive and shaded. There's olive and shaded. There, Rococo and purple. Rococo and Highland. We'll go. Ooh, I think I would use together. Ooh, that could look like a sunrise, sunset, traditional. Bucket beside you on the floor. You know it. Yep. What do you think? Okay, we'll say 1, 2, or 3. Which color combo do you want to play with? Just jade and mint macaron. Ooh. We can do that. We can do all 3. All right, so 1, 2, or 3-ish. What do you think? 2? 3? 2? 3? Oh, you guys. 3, 2. Oh boy. You know what? Spray bottle, yeah. Oh, well, maybe we have to do 2. Okay, let's do 2 and 3 on different cards. Okay, let's go with this. So I'm going to ink this up first with the pink, just because it's a little lighter, so that when I get Rococo Rose onto my Highland Heather ink pad, it's not going to be horrible. Yeah. I wonder if I was to come in with a dauber for this, with some just jade or Highland Heather, whether it would show up enough. Let's try it. Nothing like winging things, right? It's Christmas Eve. Let's just go with it. I'll get my Highland Heather dauber. And see if this works to just add some color in here. Might. I don't think it'll have such a impact. Okay, let's just. And if I have to clean my ink pad afterwards, do y'all know how to clean your ink pad? If I know if any of you have classes or do classes, you will have had to clean your ink pad. You need to basically just use a paper towel. Try to take off as much ink as you can. And then you can, I'm excited for this. And then you just re-ink it up with the color it's supposed to have. So I mean, you do waste a little bit of ink for sure, but I'm excited for this one. Hurry up. Neat. Ooh. See, what I'm thinking too, I like this. Look at this little hit right here. That's cool. But I'm thinking, why not? Could he not go in now with the Highland Heather? Remember how we did yesterday? And just add in hits of the purple. That might be a way of just kind of adding in that other color without being now I'm covering up all my white here. It's a bright white spot that got missed. That's kind of cool. Wow. Interesting. Don't know if I love it. I'd have to think about this for a while. Let's see how I would use it. I think I would cut out some of it, like kind of how we did yesterday, and then kind of mat it up with some purple just to make the purple come out a little bit more. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Do you want me to do that the third one, or do you want to see what I've done on my other cards here? And then I have a little idea and technique that I was gonna show. Let me go on to the other cards, and I will play around with those other colors, and the coastal, the mint, just jade, mint macaron, and pretty peacock. I'll play around with those afterwards, and we'll see what we can come up with. Okay, so here's another instance. I used Granny Apple Green on Granny Apple Green, put a white mat, and you cleaned your ink pads with a lint roller. Oh, well, there you go. Some yellow and blue in the mix. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I had planned to do with this one. Just to amp this up a little bit, I thought, you know what? Let's add in some darker night sky with Night of Navy. Where's my Night of Navy? Just at the top. Hello. Just, oh, this silly light. It doesn't, once it hits a certain point, it comes down on me. So I'm just rubbing in a little bit of Night of Navy in the sky portion. Just want to make sure the edges are nice and dark. Kind of give that vignette kind of look. Very cool. So now I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool. I don't know if you've seen this technique or not, but the pokey end, if you just give a little scratch of the paper, it'll take out a little bit of a layer off the paper, if you will. And let's add some stars. This really is effective on whisper white paper if you've kind of colored over top and you want to just bring in some stars in your night sky. Rub off the fuzzies. I suppose I was going to put this on a whisper white layer. I suppose I could just poke right through and it would give you the whisper white below. That could be an option probably too. That's going to be like a planet, I think. It's going to end up being the moon soon because it's so big. Or when all else fails, guess what you can use? Yes, Wink of Stella. I am pretty much out. So I need to go grab a new one. Just flick, you'll get yourselves, oh yeah, some sparkly stars, some sparkly bits in the forest. Love it. I'm gonna have to get my new one, but I can see a little bit of shimmer. I don't know. See there, now you can see the night sky with those stars there. All right, so this was the plan. I may put it on a mat of Night of Navy, or not. And then sort of just add something, a little saying there. Isn't that pretty? Granny Apple Green, Night of Navy, filling in there. Granny Apple Green on Granny Apple Green and Night of Navy filling in there. Okay, so let's see. What else was I going to do here? I had Misty Moonlight, and this was the one that I ran through earlier. I have a matte of Misty Moonlight, a matte of Whisper White, and man, doesn't this color combo, isn't that amazing? Oh, love it. Love this combo. So I'll put this together and add something. And there we go. This is, did I tell you what this is? Flirty Flamingo. Yeah. And then I thought, well, I don't have to use the same color, right? So I actually ran this through. This is Mango Melody. On Mango Melody, I just did this straight without any ink. And then I did a little layer of crumb cake to matte up the Whisper White on crumb cake. And I thought, isn't that kind of cool putting the textured background plus the kind of feature And then I thought about adding in some of this beautiful, what is this called? Braided linen trim. Ooh, even that's kind of fun. Just lots of texture on this one. Kind of a neat idea. And then I got a little crazy. But I thought, well, can you emboss doing this technique? I will say it was a little tricky because trying to get off the Versamark ink. I mean, I guess I could have done this whole thing gold, which probably would have worked too, of course, right? But it worked. So that's gold on purple posy. And then I did a little copper matte because I don't have gold foil on purple posy. Isn't that pretty? I like it. So there are some different ideas for you. So you can emboss, you can do different colors onto different colored paper. You can go tone on tone. You can go, what else we got here? Oh, that's a pretty one. And this, we got soft, no, no. What's this one called? Sahara sand on Sahara sand. We've got our flirty on with Misty. We've got this beautiful pink and purple. And then here are my two others that I am going to make into cards. I will do it. But there you go. All sorts of ideas with inking up your ink pad, your embossing folder. Isn't that fun? Oh my goodness. So lots of fun you can try out tomorrow if you're bored. And this does work for other embossing folders. It really does. But it's just, you know, it's a little messy. That's all. But, you know, messy can be fun too, right? All right, so just want to remind you that this was the feature of the week. And so if this embossing folder interests you with all these fun techniques, make sure you snag it this week because I'm going to send out some linen thread to anybody who gets this embossing folder or purchases a $20+ order with me. Or to sweeten the deal, if you purchase $50 or more for the month of December, there's not much left, your name's going to go into a draw for these playful alphabet dies because I bought an extra set by accident. And so no sense having two. I'm going to give it away. So just some little incentive. Make sure you check out that year-end giant clear closeout sale. Lots of items still around there. And of course, there's still items on that clearance rack all the time. The clearance rack is always there. Check it out. Sometimes they update it, and I usually let you know. But other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas Eve today and wonderful Christmas tomorrow. No, I won't be on tomorrow. Next week, I will be playing around with a new feature of the week. So check out Monday and see what it is. And so we'll be having lots of fun next week again. All right, everyone, if you have any questions or you're not sure about what was that again, I'm going to have things on my blog later on today. And just feel free to email me or, comment in here and I go back and read. So thank you, everyone, for your support and your kind words today. Right back at you. And I will talk to you again on Monday. Bye, everyone.